My name is Madison Fortiak, and the topic that I chose for my project is global warming and how it will affect the economy. So the article that I chose for this presentation is Impacts of Global Warming, and it's from the website Climate Hot Map. And I chose the topic of global warming because last year, my senior year of high school, I took an ecology class, and I learned a lot about sustainability, the environment, global warming, things like that, and I really enjoyed it. So the significance, I thought it'd be interesting to see how global warming impacts other things other than the environment. Because normally when you hear that term, you just think of tree huggers and go green, all that kind of thing. You don't really think about the economy. So today I want to talk about how global warming will affect the 4 factors of production, which are land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurial ability. So before I do that, I want to explain global warming really quick because although I'm sure most of you or all of you have heard the term, it's kind of difficult to explain in a basic way. So basically what's happening is Earth absorbs visible light from the sun and then transfers that light into infrared energy. And that energy leaves Earth slowly because it's absorbed by greenhouse gases within our atmosphere. So as more people release greenhouse gases into our atmosphere through emissions from cars or factories, that infrared energy is leaving even slower, which in turn is heating our Earth because it's like a heat blanket in our atmosphere. So that's basically what global warming is. And then the article that I chose was kind of interesting because the website that it came from has a lot of different categories and subcategories, so it's not really just one article, it's a lot of different articles compiled together. And they basically all explain how climate change will affect different aspects of life and the economy. And one other point is that the whole website as a whole basically describes the negative impacts of global warming and doesn't really mention the positives. So now that you know about my article, the ways in which global warming will affect the 4 different factors of production, the first one being land. Climate change is going to affect the land in 2 different ways. The first way is that in areas of the world that are already wet and humid, it's just going to get wetter and more humid. There's going to be heavier rainstorms and snowstorms and other forms of precipitation. Then on the flip side, areas of the world that are already dry are going to experience more droughts. So basically the one sector of the economy that's really going to be affected by the land is the agricultural sector. So according to the United States Department of Agriculture, agriculture and agriculture-related industries contributed $789 billion to the U.S. GDP in 2013. So it's a pretty big chunk of money. And you can see as the land gets worse and the conditions get worse, we're not going to be able to grow as much food, and the agricultural industry is going to suffer because the climate is not suitable for those crops to grow. So the teal line is our supply now. I just made up numbers to show. But say we're selling 300 units at $4. As the supply decreases and shifts to the left, as the yellow line shows, our quantity is going to decrease and the price will have to increase if the agricultural sector still wants to make the same amount of money. If they don't, they can keep the price at $4 and we're just going to have a shortage of goods and services in the agricultural industry. So that's land. The second factor of production is labor. And the first thing is that workers are going to be less productive. It is said that workers are most productive in a climate that is between 70 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So as the temperature increases, workers are going to become lazier, more tired. And in addition, the warmer and humid environments are going to spread disease a lot quicker. You can see in the graph, it's deaths from vector-borne diseases. Vectors are basically like mosquitoes and other animals that can carry diseases and infect humans. So these areas of the world are just going to get worse as the climate gets more warm and humid. And the last thing is from the article that I picked. It says there's going to be an increase in climate refugees, which are people that are going to move from their hometowns to other towns because the weather from their towns is no longer suitable to live in or for natural disasters. So as a result, as these people are moving from their hometowns into different areas of the world, those areas are going to become overpopulated and there aren't going to be enough jobs available for those people. And the third factor of production is capital, which is defined in our textbook as manufactured products used in the production process. So one of those things is machinery. And as it gets hotter out, machinery will overheat, and as a result, there will be a lack of production and less supply produced because the machines are not working properly. In addition, companies and businesses will have to spend more money on repairs for these machines because they're breaking down more frequently. So you can see an opportunity cost graph. As more money is spent towards repairs on machines, less product will be able to be produced because the resources that would have been used to produce products is now being thrown towards repairs. And the last factor of production is entrepreneurial ability. And entrepreneurs are said to take the other three factors of production, land, labor, and capital, and compile them all to start businesses or run their ideas. So they need all those different factors of production in order to be successful. And this quote says, "The entrepreneur always searches for change, responds to it, and exploits it as an opportunity." So currently, climate change presents itself as an opportunity for entrepreneurs. They can create products and start businesses that will help prevent climate change from affecting our world. But if they sit back and wait until it's too late, climate change will increase the level of risk for entrepreneurs, and it will be harder to start a business because all of the factors of production are going to deplete and decrease. So in summary, today I defined the concept of global warming. I talked about the article Impacts of Global Warming, and I also said how global warming will affect the four factors of production. What I learned through this project is that global warming isn't just an environmental problem, it really is an economic problem. And I didn't really know this side of global warming, so it was interesting to learn about it. The question yet to be answered is, as economists, how can we prevent global warming? And I want to leave you all with this quote that says, "Global warming threatens our health, our economy, our natural resources, and our children's future. It is clear we must act." Thank you very much.